Hey y'all, how you doing? My name is Blair Cinta and this is Sticks and Wires. Today I wanted to give you a video on drum tuning. There's a lot of great videos out there about how to tune drums, but what I'm going to specifically talk about is how to get your sound and how to get it quickly. I'm going to give you some tools how to do that. We don't all need to be able to know how to tune drums super high or super low or for all different styles. What we really need to be able to do is walk into a club or a recording studio where there's a house kit and dial up the sound that we want to project for a recording or for your band or the artist that you're backing up. A lot of times when you're going into a club, there's a band that's played right before you that has nothing to do stylistically with what you're about to do. Every instrumentalist, especially guitar players, keyboard players, they're there dialing up a sound on their amp, using pedals, things like that. Drummers should be doing the same thing, I think. We set up our cymbals and our snare, which are presumably the sounds that we want, but then we're stuck with the bass drum. Which may or may not sound how we want it, and also toms. Do you want them punchy? Do you want them low? Do you want them high? Do you want them ringy? Do you want them dead? Do you know how to get to that sound? I'm going to give you some ideas to be prepared and to know how to get your sound quickly when you get into these situations. Okay, you're at the club or at the studio. You've sat down at the house kit. You set up your snare and your cymbals. Okay, so just by having that, hopefully your snare's in tune already and you have cymbals that you like. So you're halfway there to having your sound. All right, next thing we do is, are these drums anywhere near where you want them to sound for, getting across your style or fitting in with your band or your act or whoever you're backing up? Okay, kick drum first. I find often that kick drums are tuned way higher than I would personally like them. So the first thing I do, tune it down. And then I'll check the dampening. This obviously can be a pretty quick thing to do, but if you really want a low open kick drum, tune it down, go out to the front, check the dampening. Obviously dampening is a huge component of a kick drum sound, whether you want a longer tone or it's just a short pop. I think 9 times out of 10, you're going to come up to a kick drum and it's going to be pretty dead. If someone has set the mic already, make sure you notice where the mic is and you set it back correctly. That way you're not bugging a sound man to come do it again. Another thing that will help your bass drum sound, obviously, is the pedal and the style of beater that you want to create the sound for. Whether it's a wood beater or hard plastic, medium felt, or I carry like a little chamois that'll tighten around, and I'll set this on top of the beater and that'll give me a super soft sound if that's the sound that I need. Okay, I know a sweatband works well for that too. But anything we can do to manipulate our sound quickly to help us get in the zone of us. Kick drum, pretty quick fix. Tune it down or up, put the dampening where you want it. With toms, what can be really helpful is to carry, of course, in your stick bag, your weapon of choice for helping get to the sound that you want. So obviously you can have a key. I carry a roll of gaff tape and I carry bandanas because I like drier sounds and lower sounds. Okay, you may want wide open sounds that don't require any dampening. That's okay. But often when heads are a little more used, a little bit of dampening can help take out nasty overtones that may give you a better sound. Okay, so whether it's moon gels, big fat snare type things, homemade things, whatever, carry some kind of dampening with you so you can get yourself in the zone that you need to be. So I have my sound treatment tools that I need with me. They're in my stick bag, they're ready to go. So if I hit the drums and they don't sound good, just pick a lug, let's say on the floor tom, and I'm going to hit that lug and then I'm going to consecutively hit every other lug and then come back to it. You've probably seen this in other tuning videos. It's a great way to do it. Okay, if they're not too bad, I'll just move accordingly around the drum and I'll keep matching to one lug. Okay, if it's getting close and it's starting to sound good, then hey, great. I don't have to do much, and I know that. I'm very happy. If it's bad and I'm not getting any closer, then I pick the drum up and I check the bottom head. Now, this is usually where the most problems are, I find, because hardly anybody coming to a house kit is going to take the time to pick up a bottom head and put it in tune. But I guarantee you, if you can come up, pick this up, put it on your lap, do the same tuning method, pick a lug, tap around, and get that bottom head in tune, that when you set it back down and hit the top head, it's going to sound better. I can guarantee it, okay? It doesn't matter if you're going lower for a more thuddy, shorter tone, or higher for a more longer tone. That bottom head's in tune, the drum is going to resonate better, especially with the top head. Okay, then I'll come back to the top head, okay, and I'll keep working on it. If it's not getting any better, out comes the tape, and out comes this. Because remember, we're on a pretty short timeline here of people getting their things together. You know, maybe you got a front of house guy talking to you through a monitor, like, hey, what do you need in your monitor? Is this loud enough? Is the vocal loud enough? Okay, so you're doing all this simultaneously. So I start, if it's not getting much better and I'm pretty close and the head is beat, I start rolling, get little gaff tape rolls. Okay, I take this, roll it around like this, and I set them accordingly around the drum. That's going to start to knock out your overtones. Just to repeat myself, I think even if you tune very wide open and high, or just wide open in general, a little bit of gaff doesn't actually deaden it that much, but it really helps the overtones. Okay, so that's really what I'm talking about. I don't care if it's moon gel, gaff. It's not an endorsement on anything in particular. It's just to help get rid of the overtones. Okay, if the drum is really bad, and I have definitely found this many times, then I bust out the towels. Okay, and I may lay them half on the drum head. If it's really terrible, for the sound I like, I'll just go full towels. Because I know that if I tune the head down and put a towel on it out front, it still will sound pretty full and beefy, and I know I'm not going to be getting any nasty overtones ringing through the front of house. Okay, I'm just trying to help out the sound man and of course help out the band as much as I can. Again, I know this is very particular to the style of music you may be playing or the sound that you want. These are just ideas, okay, and things that I do. I also carry these towels because if I play, like, let's say a small acoustic gig with a songwriter, this can help lower volume, okay? I may put them on the snare and the toms, and it helps volume control, okay? So, good reason to have these. You can get like a rainbow pack for like $10 and have a whole bunch of them, okay? So next, I do the exact same thing with the rack tom or rack toms, whatever. Tap it around, check the top. Pick one lug, go back and forth, try to get it in tune. Okay, if it's not there, pick it up, turn it over, do the bottom head, put it back, then check again. If it sucks, start taping, start moon gelling, whatever. It's gonna help. A lot of the way I started to be able to do this quickly was obviously playing clubs a lot, but also being on tour and having different rental kits literally every day. So I'd show up, and in that situation there's a little more time, but I had to get the drums the way I wanted them to sound in a relatively quick amount of time because people are waiting on you. I'm not sure there's anything more important than, you know, projecting a sound that you want to have. A guitar player friend wouldn't show up and not have his pedals or his guitar and just be trying to create the tone that they want. Guitar players, that's so much of what they think about is the tone that they're bringing out. So why would you just pick up a drum kit and just play it the way it is? Okay? Know how to get your sound for your style. Anything you can do to help you manipulate the sound to get in the zone of you and what you want to project. Alright, so now I know I've hardly touched a drum. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go through this. I've detuned this floor tom so it doesn't sound good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this method without really saying anything. It should just take a minute or two, and you can watch me do this. All right, then I'd move on to the rack tom. All right, if you're appreciating these kind of lessons and you dig what I do, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I also have a website, blaircinta.com or sticksandwires.com. I have a mailing list where I'm giving out all kinds of free information. You can sign up there. And I have a course on Vimeo about introductory drum recording that you can check out. Hope you dug it. Take care.